Good morning. Myself, Atharva Rao from the Media and Public Relations Committee of IIM Raipur. And today we are honored to host our guest, Ms. Shri Ashish Kapoor, a Director of Human Resources at Ernst & Young. We cordially welcome you on behalf of
Thank you,
IIM
Atharva.
Raipur to the 8th Leadership Summit, sir.
Thank you.
And with your permission, we would like to start this.
Yes,
interview.
of course. More than happy. Thank you.
So, sir, how has your role in HR evolved over the years, and what key milestones have shaped your career at Ernst & Young?
Okay. Interesting question, Atharva, and it makes me sort of go back many years ago. I started my job at EY about 20 years ago. And at that time, life as we see it now is very different. I think both in terms of technological advancements, the way the computing power today is, the way the automation has taken over, I think it wasn't there at that point in time. So I would say how my career trajectory of my life at EY has grown is one, trying to do different things. I think that has really helped. So I started off in a different division, which was talent acquisition, then moved on to do infrastructure development, moved on to do a bit of learning and development, and then into business partnering role. So that has really helped, because when the organization is small and it's growing, you get to do a lot of things, and that has really developed me, I would say, as a overall HR professional, I think, which has helped. But yes, I think I love my job. HR is something that I thought not earlier, but now I think I was born to want to do. And I think one of the other point that you asked, Atharva, was how have things changed. So I would say in terms of size, in terms of demographics, a lot more impetus and focus is now on the scale of things, and it's from an HR standpoint, it's reduced a bit on the human angle, the connect angle, but it's more to do with the size and scale, and how do you grow, and how do you automate, and how do you get to do the same thing in smaller number. So that is what is I see things changing in that manner. Some I'm comfortable with, some I'm getting used to, but yes, that's what I would say.
Yes, that's true. And I feel the main highlight you meant to say is the evolution and how you grew with the company.
That's true.
So following that, my next question would be, what are some of the biggest challenges you faced in talent management, especially with the evolving expectations of the workforce?
Okay. I think I was talking about this in the morning also. We had the leadership talk, and I always want to put this enough impetus on the fact that one, the dynamics and the dynamism of the corporate world, dynamism of what is happening around us is changing at such a pace that it's very difficult for anybody to now keep pace with it. You can't really teach that in a curriculum, because as far as till the time you change the curriculum, something else has moved on. So that I think is becoming, or is one of the biggest challenge, that you can't really teach people that in school and college what is really being used outside. It could be in terms of advanced computing, about generative AI, about ML, but that's one of the things for sure. And therefore I think I have seen growth in two areas largely. One, with people who've continuously stuck to the fact that they want to evolve, grow and learn. So I call this the learning quotient. We have the IQs, the intelligent quotient, the EQ, the emotional quotient, and I pay a lot of impetus on learning quotient. You have to continuously learn, be open to change, be open to learn, and also along with it, what I've also seen changing is the social quotient aspect. People were really great at it at one point in time, because they realized majority of their work involved working back with other individuals. It wasn't that many machines, to be frank, at that point in time. So how you would deal with your seniors, your juniors, your peers was more important. But that, I think, with time has come down, and I think that's what we keep telling our employees when we go in and hire in the market, that we are checking the social quotient of an individual. How well do you connect? How well do you not just succeed yourself, but help your peers and the firm also succeed along with you? So that's one check I think everybody should do, and the introspection everybody should do.
That's very true, sir. And even in MBA here, we are always being told to network. So
Correct.
Makes sense. So the next question is on a personal note. So, what do you think are the essential qualities of an HR leader in today's business environment, and how do you cultivate them within your teams?
Okay. I think first and foremost, we have to understand that if somebody is in this division, and this is in most of the organizations, is always going to be a cost center. It's a back end group or a team. Unless until you are into HR consulting, you are a cost center to the firm. The realization that there is a reason and need why you're there in the organization. And then from there on, obviously everybody knows one has to be empathetic. Everybody knows you need to be socially aligned to see everyone comes from different backgrounds, different subsets, and how everyone thinks could be very, very different. So how do you align people? How do you bring them to a common vision to make sure that if a company has a common mission and a vision statement, how do you align people who come from different past skill sets and backgrounds to align in the same way? And that I think HR definitely talent definitely plays a very huge role there. One, understanding different styles of people, and I keep talking about this TRACOM social style. It's a model. I'm a certified trainer on that, and that's why I love to talk about it. It just tells that how different people have different styles, which are largely built where you've grown up, what sort of friends do you have, your family, your region. That builds your style, which never changes throughout life. So what do you do with that style? How do you understand your own self? I think the logic goes, first know yourself, know your style, understand and what you can do to change, then know others, and then do something about them. So the idea about a human resource professional should always be that, do you first understand your own strengths and weaknesses? Are you ready to work upon them? Then are you able to comprehend, observe and know what others need? And are you able to support them in their success? So I think from an HR leader standpoint or an HR professional standpoint, I would say these are some of the important criteria. And lastly, I would say one has to be really open to learning. Of course, I talk about, but also digitally savvy. One needs to be adversity quotient has to be really high. You just don't know what will happen tomorrow. Despite spending 20 years in the organization, I still get a new sort of a case every few days. And then just the ability to think differently, connect with different set of people and work out a solution, that is very important. So yeah.
Sir, and when we started this conversation, you spoke about how times have evolved ever since you started. So I'm sure the times are going to evolve from here as well.
Correct.
So to us, students of IIM Raipur who are now going to graduate and enter the corporate world, and we aspire to become the future business owners, what would be your 2 cents of advice?
Sure. No, that's a great question, Atharvan. I would want to reiterate. I think I love the energy at the campus. I love the humility and the humbleness that the students have, and that's one great thing and a differentiator from one of the premier campuses that you see. I think Professor Banerjee sort of made it very clear earlier that we are probably number 2, but we are constantly working on ourselves. That's the difference. So my 2 cents will be, one, do not think that once you've passed out and landed a good job, that is the end of it. That is just a start. And I have seen, you won't believe, majority of people failing from most of the premier institutes only because of the fact that they thought that they have arrived in life only by qualifying into that college or securing a job with an organization. So I think very important that once you join a place, understand the ethos, the culture of the organization, be humble, be ready to learn irrespective of whatever level you are at, even as you grow. And I think just be very open to change, susceptible to change. And like I said earlier, the learning quotient has to be really high. You will never be taught what really happens in day-to-day life in a business or in a corporate life, and that's something that you have to keep living, amending yourself, and then reshaping, redeveloping yourself and grow. So that is what I'll say.
Thanks a lot, sir. It was quite an insightful overview of all the things, and quite some food for thought for our students. So it was a pleasure having you, sir. It's our honor to host you, and we would really like to look forward to host you once again in the future.
Sure, Atharva. Thank you so much. Thanks to IIM Raipur for having us here, and great opportunity, great sort of students. So best of luck to all of you.
Thanks.
Thank you.